Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and we're in the last half hour of tonight's show. It's been a pretty good one. I've really enjoyed this. Right now, let's just keep on moving, shall we? I was going to respond to that letter after the break, but I think I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say before we went to the break. If a second revolution does break out in this country, it's going to be the most horrible thing that you have ever seen. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to urge diplomacy. I'm going to provide as many facts as I can gather, because we need to not only generate support among the American people, we need to generate support among our elected legislators. We need to generate support among the active duty military, because these are the people that have the power right now. And whether you think they should have it or not, the fact is Congress controls this country politically. You know, President Obama might have an issue with that, but if Congress had the will, they could shut him down like that. Militarily, the United States is all that and a bag of chips. It really is. But I don't care if you get 30 million people inside Washington, D.C. Some people have said, you know, like back during the truckers' ride for the Constitution, and during the 2 million bikers to D.C. and various other demonstrations, that there should be a quote-unquote second wave of patriots standing by in Maryland, or another state that's contiguous there with Washington D.C. in case the government attacks, and we'll really show them what for. That is a suicide plan if I ever heard one. They've got helicopter gunships. They've got armored personnel carriers, MRAPs. They've got tanks. And what do patriots have? Maybe a 30-06 or a 308. That's about the largest caliber semi-automatic rifle round that you're going to find is a 308. And those 308s are just going to bounce right off of their MRAPs. Won't even chip the paint on an attack helicopter. What's this second wave of patriots going to do except die if they open fire on the United States government? Nothing. They're just going to die. You want a second Lexington and Concord? Only this time we'll be on the losing end? Not on my watch. I will speak up against anything like that. You want to know how we can get the sympathy of the United States and the people of the world to our cause? To remain completely nonviolent. And that means not going with a quote-unquote second wave of patriots. I think it's totally unnecessary. I think it's a provocation. And I think that, people would die. Now, without this second wave of patriots, if we go completely unarmed, you remember the movie Gandhi, where they were working on the railroad and they were striking, and they were walking up to the British, just one right after another. They get whacked over the head. Okay, they move his body, and the next person comes up. He gets whacked over the head. Move his body. Next person walks up. He gets whacked over the head. That's what we need. We need enough people with the balls to go in there and get whacked over the head. Because if the rest of the country, if the rest of the world sees peaceful protesters being hurt, being shot, being killed by the United States government, that's the end of them. They won't have to worry about 30 million people being pissed off. They'll have to worry about 300 million people being pissed off. During the bikers' ride through Washington D.C., they had a simultaneous protest by the Tea Party. They were removing those barricades, right? And Obama got in his helicopter. He got the hell out of Dodge. Remember seeing that on TV? I thought that was just funny as hell. He was afraid of just those few people. Now imagine what would happen if we get 30 million. It would be a true American Spring.
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.bobpowell.blogspot.com.